Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. In this video, I'm going to be going over my top 10 picks for ultimate attacks in the game. I wanted to do this video a little bit earlier, but I knew that DLC 3 was coming out, and I wanted to wait and see how those attacks really were. Now that we see those attacks, I was able to rank them according to how I feel they would be in a PvP match, as well as a match that you're doing in an online sort of parallel quest and stuff like that. So I'm going to go from the bottom of the list to the top, and the first one, or the bottom one, number 10, is going to be Super Kamehameha. Now, Super Kamehameha, I'm going to go ahead and power up Super Vegeta 2 here, is a pretty good attack because it's just a basic blast, but if you do it right, if your opponent has a lot of stamina, you can hit it with it twice, maybe sometimes 3 times. That's one. And keep spamming that triangle button while those things are held down, and just keep going with it, and just keep going with it, and then hit it one more time, and just keep punishing your opponent. So it's really good, and I noticed that you could do it 3 times when I was using like Super Saiyan Teen Gohan. I was able to blast my opponent like 3 times with it in one of our matches. So definitely number 10, Super Kamehameha. Alright, the next attack I chose, number 9, is going to be Neo Tri-Beam. And I chose Neo Tri-Beam because in my experience with Neo Tri-Beam, it's one of these attacks, and I kind of screwed up there. I didn't target him. It's one of these attacks that you don't have to stamina break your opponent to do. As long as you're locked onto your opponent and you have the stamina for it, and they're not like actively attacking you, you can get Neo Tri-Beam off. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but as long as you have a lot of stamina, you can do some work with Neo Tri-Beam. So Neo Tri-Beam is number 9. For number 8, I decided to go with Justice Combination, and simply because it's so easy to get off inside of a regular attack combo. Now, it was kind of nerfed. You used to not be able to teleport away from that last hit, but since people were complaining about it with good reason, you're able to just snap vanish from that last attack. But it's very easy to attack somebody with Justice Combination. That's why I put it at number 8. Alright, for number 7, I chose to go with Final Kamehameha. And Final Kamehameha is a very powerful attack, but it just strikes me as something very generic. There's nothing really too super unique about it. Sure, it's a combination of Kamehameha and Final Flash, but it's just a generic beam attack. And I really don't see anything really special about it. It's stamina break and hit him with a super powerful blast. And it does, you know, like I said, ridiculous amounts of damage. 12,375 points of damage on the Final Kamehameha, but it's nothing really unique about it. That's why I put it at number 7. Coming in at number 6, I chose times 20 Kaioken Kamehameha. Now, I know what you're saying. Number 6, that should be higher up on the list. Well, I'm a person that's all about being fair. Now, this move was completely horribly broken a few months back until they finally changed it to where it actually hits. Now, this move, to me, is very powerful, and it's really not fair to your opponent if you're able to get the times 20 Kamehameha off, and it's not that difficult to do. All you got to do is just get a low stamina break on your target and just take him out with that times 20 Kamehameha. Let's look at the damage on this thing. Ridiculous amounts of damage, and you don't really have to do anything super special. I mean, I guess the same can be said for any move that you do in the game, a heavy stamina break, and it does something, you know, a little bit amazing, but this move is truly amazing with the damage that it can do, and I definitely do not want to be on the receiving end of a times 20 Kaioken Kamehameha. So I put that at number 6. However, arguably, it could be higher up on the list. Okay, just for shits and giggles, I wanted to go times 20 Kaioken, and then applied that to the times 20 Kaioken Kamehameha and see if it gave us any extra damage. I'm inclined to believe that it won't, but I don't know. Is it a times 40 Kaioken Kamehameha then? Alright, so let's see if it does any extra damage. Does about the same damage, so I guess it's okay to use Kaioken times 20 with the Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha. Okay, scaling in at number 5 is the super awful, super dreadful, super key explosion. I put this skill at number 5 because, like the times 20 Kaioken Kamehameha and the one before it, this move is kind of cheesy, and it doesn't really give your opponent to do anything, especially if you're like in the last legs of the fight and you have a lot of key left and you just, you know, hurl this out there, it's gonna like keep them stuck. They can't do anything, especially if they have no stamina, and they're just gonna have no choice but to take the super key explosion damage. Let's see how much it's gonna do. $10,792 points of damage. Like I said, it's one of those surprise skills that if you're doing a PvP match against somebody and you are losing and they have a little bit of health left, go ahead and hit that on them as a surprise, and they're going to be stuck taking damage. And if you have a lot of ki, it is a wrap. Rip their health. So I put that at number 5. OP cheapness super skill, or ultimate skill. Okay, coming in at number 4 is going to be Dragon Fist. Now this attack is truly amazing, and I love using the characters who use Dragon Fist as, you know, the cast characters. But this attack, if you heavy stamina break your opponent, or even if you medium stamina break your opponent, or the low stamina break rather, it is no medium, it's just low and heavy, you're going to hit them with Dragon Fist. So that's why this move is really good. All you really have to do is get them in a combo and then hit the low stamina break and goes right into Dragon Fist, and you're doing massive amounts of damage. This is a strike ultimate. Super, or just regular Dragon Fist, not super Dragon Fist. Alright, there it is. 9,050 points of damage that you're going to take with that Dragon Fist. Now, once again, my character is not a strike or ultimate character. It's not a strike character. It's a Ki Blast character, and I've put on a super soul that gives it extra damage with the strike supers. I put on a QQ Bang that helps it with strike supers and ultimates. But ultimately, if you are a striker character with your strikes up, you're going to do massive amounts of damage with Dragon Fist. I put that at number 4 because it's really easy to get off in a match, almost to the point where it is cheating. Alright, so at spot number 3, I decided to go with Divine Lasso. Now, Divine Lasso is a little confusing because it reads as a strike ultimate, but it does more damage for your Ki Blast ultimate using characters. I know this because that's how it was when it was first released, and I realized this on my own, and also because you guys refuse to not put that in the comments below as if I didn't know that already. So shout out to everybody who would love to tell me that it does more damage as a Ki Blast ultimate, but I already knew that. Thank you. Alright, so Divine Lasso, it's a weird skill, and I would rank it lower if it did a little bit less damage, but the fact of the matter remains is this thing does does ridiculous amounts of damage, and you can hit it off twice on somebody if they have enough stamina. However, it's weird because you definitely have to wait a little bit before you get it off after you stamina break somebody. You definitely are going to have to get a heavy stamina break off on your opponent to get this move up. Wait for him to get up a little bit. Time it just right. By the time that he's getting up, you're hitting him with those needles, and then the explosion. Kablooey, 9,607 points of damage. I put Divine Lasso at number 3. Okay, coming in at number 2 is Angry Explosion. And I know you've seen me do a skill test video on Angry Explosion before. That's why it's at the number 2 spot. This move is ridiculously overpowered. Quite possibly, in my opinion, the strongest ultimate attack in the game. It's one of those ones, if you have a lot of ki, you're going to do a lot of damage. So let's see what it does. Angry Explosion. Hold that button down to get that damage out there. 18,229 points of damage. I have yet to see, in my experience, an attack that does more damage than that. Let's go ahead and strike it with Hero's Pose and see if it does more than 18,229. Angry Explosion. Freaking ridiculous on the damage. 19,022 points of damage with the Hero's Pose. That attack is OP cheating, and all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is heavy stamina break your opponent, go down there with them, and there ain't shit they can do about it except take this damage. And that's a lot of damage, guys. A lot of damage. So coming in at number 2, Angry Explosion. Okay, and you probably guessed it if you know me. Coming in at number 1 is the Super Black Kamehameha. That to me is by far the most useful ultimate attack in the game because it's so powerful. Only takes 3 bars of ki, and if your opponent has enough stamina after you, stamina break them and their stamina is slowly coming back, you can hit a double black. You can double black their ass twice. I'm sorry, and it's just super overpowered to me. It was overpowered on Goku Black, and it's way overpowered on ACAC. It says here that I have 3, 6, 8 key bars. I almost have 3 key bars, so I might have been able to do it to him 3 times in a row. But let's just see the regular damage on the Super Black Kamehameha. Alright. Boom. I missed with that first hit, but that's okay. Jesus fucking Christ, yo! 10,000 points of damage on the regular Super Black Kamehameha without the hit. Let me go ahead and hit him with the first hit. 10,205. I guess it does less damage if I hit him. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. Try it one more time, close up. Alright, let me see. Let me try it far away and see if that does more damage. Okay, maybe it was because the Super Soul actually went off in the middle of it. I didn't see if the Super Soul actually activated. I've got the Super Soul on that, you know, does more Kamehameha damage. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and strike Hero's Pose and see if I can get that thing to do any more damage. Let's hit it. 1,652 points of damage. Now, like I said, the thing that is most useful with the Super Black Kamehameha is that you can double black somebody's ass. Double black somebody's ass twice, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and heavy stamina break and go right into the Super Black. That's 1. And then go right into the next one. His stamina came back super fast, but normally in a match, opponents, their shit won't come back that fast. And that's 2 Super Black Kamehamehas, bro. You saw where his health was after that. So it's like all you really have to do is fight a person until their stamina goes away, get them with that heavy stamina break, double black their ass twice, and by the time you got them to the point where their stamina goes away, they've already taken a little bit of damage. So you hit them with a double black Kamehameha, what? It is a wrap, bro. That is why, to me, the Super Black Kamehameha is by far the most OP, cheating, useful, ultimate skill in the game. Super Black Kamehameha. It only takes 3 key bars to use. 3. Fucking ridiculous. Alright, so if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up down below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or maybe you say, well, this move should be higher up on the list than this move, or hey, why wasn't this move on the list? Maybe I'm sleeping on one of these ultimate attacks. If I missed one, definitely put that down in the comments below so I can test it out on the channel, and I'll say, hey, you know, this guy told me about this move, and we're going to see how OP it really is or isn't. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you on the very next episode. Peace out.